Broadcasting live from a place with no parking in Los Angeles. It's locked and probably loaded with DJ and Kelly. Ah! Woo! Oh!
Yay!
Sit on down and pour yourself a glass.
And tune into your favorite podcast,
Where things will be misquoted.
and opinions ain't sugar-coated.
Cause DJ and Kelly are locked and probably loaded.
Hey guys. Hey Kelly.
Hey, did you want to make a formal announcement that you're a basement boy?
Oh, I love the Basement Boys.
The Basement Yard Boys.
No, Basement Yard Boys.
Yeah.
I love the Basement Yard Boys. As you know, I'm learning TikTok. As you know, the audience maybe doesn't know because I rail on it so much. But, you know, I've really gotten into saying terrible things to people who say dumb shit. And also, and in the midst of that, somehow the Basement Yard Boys stumbled into my algorithm. And they do something similar to what we do. They're just two good friends who shoot the shit.
Yep.
And I really like that. And, you know, it's sort of... it's a more male perspective, but they're really sensitive, and you can tell that they're good friends. And I really like their dynamic so much. So if you guys don't know who the Basement Yard Boys are, you can check out their clips. I think it's called Yard Clips or something like that.
The podcast is called The Basement Yard.
Yeah, but I think their clips are like Yard Boy clips or it's something like that.
I think their podcast is so big at this point that there are many different accounts that do that content farm.
Yeah.
So I actually don't even know if they post their own clips on social media at all. I think people just pull
they
them
would be
from...
wildly remiss if they didn't. And also seeing their watch collections, I think they probably monetize that in some way. They must.
I'm sure their podcast itself has a page, but it's not on their individual podcast. But yeah, their podcast is like insanely fucking
they're great.
Successful.
And
they tour and they sell out their tour.
I really have grown to, you know, when I'm doom scrolling and see such negativity and crazy shit about the world, and then one of their clips will pop up and it will fix me.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you like, I'm always gonna stop if it's a Basement Yard clip because my brain has been trained enough times that I'm going to enjoy this thing, so I will stop and watch it, whether or not they have a hook that grips me or anything like that. It's like I'm just gonna watch. Very silly boys. Apparently, it was Joe. Joe initially is the one who started the whole thing, and I think that there was a different host.
There were
different
two other
co-hosts.
hosts.
Yeah,
I did a deep dive on them. There were two hosts, and then what's the name of the other guy?
Frankie.
Frankie came along, and now I think they found magic in that.
Totally.
Frankie, I love Frankie.
Yeah,
he makes me laugh.
Every time he like flubs a word, it's just or like comes up with a catchphrase that doesn't exist.
He gagged himself. Like to see if he had a gag reflex, and the noise he made, I probably watched that video 74 times. Anyway, it's great. I'm starting to see a bit of TikTok in the way that you see it, which is seeing creators create. And also it doesn't seem desperate. So much of what TikTok turned me off is like, look at me, rage bait. I'll do anything for engagement one time, but you can't parlay that into a career that's what people don't realize. One viral video, anybody can go viral by saying some dumb shit or being a lady with a cannula in, you know, those medical tubes, a cannula.
Oh, yeah.
And rage against people. That'll go viral and sometimes wreck your life. And then you'll go on.
If you're going to do rage bait as one clip, you have to commit to it.
Yeah, it has to become your brand. Otherwise, it can really mess up your life. You have to also understand if you do rage bait, you could potentially lose your job from it. So you better, before you do one, you should have 6 good rage bait clips so you could start making money off of it in case one of them goes viral because you could possibly lose everything.
Joe also has another podcast. I think it's called Other People's Lives or something like that, where he interviews like I think regular people, which you had talked about wanting to do.
I love it.
But I didn't know about this podcast until recently. I guess that they had interviewed this guy who was a pedophile, and so like his voice and image are not shown or whatever, but like just watching Joe's reactions to this guy is like he's just so fucking pissed at him. Like you could tell that he wants to climb through the screen and beat the shit out of him.
It sounds like something I could be interested in, but I will reject it before I've seen it because it's not Basement Yard Boys.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying
No,
that.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I was. Would I ever say that? Because it's not the thing that I want. I'll reject it out of hand, even though it's good. No, I'm not.
I
saying
only
that.
want my Basement Yard Boys talking to pedophiles and not some other random guy.
If it's anything other in the way that I know how you're packaged, I do not accept it. It reminded me of when I went to the premiere of the sequel to American Psycho, and
there was a sequel.
Yeah, it was his brother, and James Van Der Beek was in it, and Kate. I just did a TV show with her. She's my friend. I do this all the time with people. This is no slight on these people. I couldn't remember Justin Long the other day. Kate Bosworth. Sorry, Kate. I know you don't listen to this show, so I feel somewhat.
She's gonna be blue crushed.
I feel somewhat
diarrhea.
I feel somewhat insulated from that. But I went to the premiere of that movie, and everybody was walking around doing this. Can you believe that James Van Der Beek is so good in this? I can't believe it. I'm like, it was very hard to get Dawson's Creek, you fucking dumbasses. You work in Hollywood. That's the problem with this. You can't see around with anybody's success. Do you know how hard it was for him to become Dawson?
He was so good in...
Especially when he was a hardcore crack user.
That was a hard upbringing for him. He was so good in Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23. Did you ever watch that?
Yeah, he was great in Varsity Blues.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's a great actor.
He's a good actor. And so people were shocked by that. And I'm like, and I just got into Los Angeles. It was probably like my third premiere. I'd been here like a year or two. And I'm like, oh my God, this is what it's like. This is how people think. They think that you got this major success, which is very hard to do, and people, their first response is to shit on it by saying that that's all you can do.
Yep. It's I mean, that's the nature of and now it's gotten even worse, obviously, with everybody having a platform to have a voice on things.
Yeah.
But like Love Island is on right now, and everybody gets really into Love Island. It's on 5 nights a week, and so there's always something to talk about. And for the first time I've ever seen them do on the episode last night or the night before, they put a disclaimer up like, let's not do the online bullying shit because it's just gotten out of hand.
People just love shitting on the people.
Yeah, there's a girl on there who's 21, and like, unfortunately, the trend of fillers and Botox at a really early age has aged young women or whatever. But it's like, do we need to make discourse videos about it? Do we need to, like, they don't have their phones right now in this villa. They're going to come out of the villa just having the best time of their life and then get onto the internet, and it's just a bunch of old fucks being like, this dumb young bitch with all her filler, she looks like Jigsaw. And I'm like, dude, chill the fuck out.
I do love it when people post the comments and then post the photos of the people that made them.
Yes.
Here's the thing. So I've developed this new policy on social media that if you don't have a profile photo or no pictures of yourself and you have a hard opinion about anything, you are blocked immediately.
Yeah.
You are a coward. You are potentially a bot. You do not exist to me if you can't be yourself, if you're going to say shit. If you want to go around saying nice stuff and you have a profile pickup, fine.
Yeah, but anonymous positivity. Let's bring it
if
on.
you are antagonizing people or have a hard stance on fucking anything, you are either a bot or a coward. And I will treat you the exact same. But you know, Love Island and that sort of reality show, just in general is not it doesn't draw me to it.
No, you're not. Yeah.
Which is because there has always been a certain amount of meanness and exploitation around shows like that.
For sure.
And so like people who are on The Amazing Race and Survivor don't really get that same. People shit on them for their choices and be mean to them about stuff they're actually doing, but not like. And people have come out on Survivor, and it's been really positive for them. There's a cop in Boston who is just the most adorable thing ever, and I can't remember his name, but he came out on the show. And I'm sure he's having the best life ever. And I'm sure there's always people that say faggot. There's always that. But it probably was a faceless motherfucker or somebody whose life you don't find aspirational.
But yeah, on those shows, it's mostly about gameplay and interpersonal drama and stuff like that.
Of it too.
But God forbid anybody perceives themselves to be attractive. The internet will go, "Oh, we'll show you, bitch.
Yeah, you're ugly.
Like, fuck you for existing." And people also complain about the casting, and it's like, you also have to understand, like, yes, there are thousands of people in this age group that could be hot enough to do the show or whatever it is, but you also have to find people that are single willing to go on reality
And
TV,
it's a certain
able
kind of
to leave their
personality
job.
that will do
exactly.
that.
It's like the pool becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. But
And they also cast
I do
people
hope
who
young
are-
people stop doing fillers so early.
But they also cast, and so do I. I started doing, full disclosure, I started doing them in my late 20s. And I'm so glad that I did that because when I saw the first beginnings of crow's feet or my face started to sag at the beginning, I started doing preventative stuff. But like once every 12 to 13 months, like over a year, I wasn't getting, and also not unbelievable results. I wasn't stretching out my young skin.
Yeah.
And that's what it does. It stretches out young skin to the point where it loses elastin. So the only thing you can do to not look old is to keep it going. So by the time you're 35, you have pillow face.
And ultimately, it's on the injectors. It's on plastic surgeons. It's on
they
injectors, and they won't do it. But it's like, of course, somebody is going to come in and say that they want fucking 350 cc's in their tits and blah blah blah. But if you can understand that their frame can't handle that, it's at least on you to show them options, not just do what everybody says that
Dr. Stephen Weiss was my injector for years. At Dermatology Associates in Beverly Hills on Roxbury. I don't know if he's still with them because he was.
Is he still with us?
That's what I mean.
Oh, okay.
Well, he was older when he was doing mine, but and also I just wanted some place closer to home, so I go to a place in the Valley now. And it's cheaper because it's not Beverly Hills. But anyway, one thing that I loved about him is that I had a little filler left over, and I get such small amounts, and it's very expensive. And I'm so naturally thin that if I lose like weight,
You can become gone.
I get gone quick, and I look sick.
Yeah.
And it's Hollywood is mean, and I know we've talked about how bad the internet is to read things about yourself, but when it's printed in a newspaper, it hurts worse. I'm telling you, it does. You won't know this, but when it's printed about you and then delivered to somebody's doorstep, and they read it over their Cheerios.
Hear ye.
Yeah.
Human bookmark, DJ
Yeah,
Qualls.
yeah, exactly. Thank you, New York Times. But it felt different to me.
It feels more permanent.
It does.
Yeah.
Because it is permanent.
Until you set it on fire.
They wrote it down. It's in an archive in the National Archives.
Well, not with this administration. They're going to get rid of all history. Don't worry.
It used to be on microfiche.
Whoever wrote the article has it framed in their house somewhere because that was their first takedown of the industry.
Yeah. What did they think about my great uncle DJ Qualls in the early 2000s? Oh.
They're like, they keep calling him a human bookmark. Was he in a circus or something? No, he was an actor. Same thing.
Really same thing. What was I talking about?
I don't know.
Who cares?
Who cares? So recently I watched, I think it might have been on.
Filler.
Oh, filler. Yeah.
Don't get it unless you're old enough to get it.
Perfect.
And you heard it here.
I think this series might have been on HBO first, but I'm not positive. There's a docu-series on Netflix called Trainwreck, and there are different episodes of it. And so I initially watched the one about Astroworld, which I wasn't super familiar with. But have you heard of Travis Scott, the rapper?
I know who Travis Scott is.
So he had a concert called Astroworld,
he got sued,
and
right?
it was like a big fucking mess. From the planning and all of that stuff. There were too many people coming, and the way that they set up the stage for the crowd, it's like they didn't.
It wasn't his fault, right?
It's not his fault for the organization of the crowd, I suppose, but like when you're on stage and you're seeing people waving their arms, being like, there's people, there are people being trampled in the audience. Yeah. So I was like, oh, that was fucking terrible. Then I watched the Woodstock 99 episode. And I'm like, oh my God, that was, I never knew that Woodstock 99 was
I didn't even know it existed.
A shit show. I really didn't either.
I knew 69.
It was such a massive shit show. I can't even believe it. Like to the point where people are fucking rolling around in what they think is mud, but it's just wastewater from the porta potties. There's no running water there. Everything was
Infrastructure broke.
Infrastructure broke. Also, the crowds just got to the point where it's like, I know for a fact that 60% of the crowd from Woodstock 99 was at the Capitol insurrection. Like they were training for their big moment because they're just.
Who was the headliner?
There were a lot of people, but it was like Limp Bizkit, Korn.
That checks.
Yeah,
that's a lot of rage.
You
music.
can't have a song called "Break Stuff" and not expect people to break stuff. Yeah. So they're like ripping down scaffolding at one point. I think it was when Limp Bizkit was on stage. They had the cameras out in the crowd, so they're on that island, and all of a sudden the crowd just starts overtaking that island of the camera crew and stuff like that. And
because it was the only safe place?
No, they're trying to break shit.
Let's go.
Yeah. And just a total mess, like women getting sexually assaulted all over the place. Just a horrible, like you would have to pay me so much money to be interested in going to a big festival like Coachella or anything like that.
Coachella is like all the shit light though.
Totally, but
I think
anything could happen at any of these big events.
I think you have to be on MDMA to enter the gates. If your pupils aren't a certain size, you can't get in. At Coachella, and also it's such a luxury component. I think there's probably more security and organization.
But I think
there, right?
I think Coachella, it could be moving in the direction of some of these things because I think the rioting and like those types of feelings started kind of festering when they realized, okay, we're doing this at these grounds that used to be a military base. They're just basically on hot pavement. There's nowhere to get any reprieve from the sun. The water is $6 a bottle. The pizza is disgusting. So it's all of these things.
You push people too far.
So Coachella, I think now they've got all these different areas for VIPs, and so it's like the rich people's experience versus the cattle call of everybody else. And I wonder if sometime in the future you're gonna have people going, "What the fuck is it? Like, why are these people sitting in air-conditioned tents and we're out here burning in the sun?" But it's like, really, Coachella should be in the winter, as we've.
Why the fuck is it in the heat?
I don't know.
Like it's because it's cheaper. It's because it's cheaper for them to put it on. They don't care about
tourism is not big.
They don't care about your safety. It is cheaper to be there, so they put it in a hot time of the year. It's not the hottest time of the year, granted. Was it May? But it's certainly not January.
No.
Make it in January. Make it in February when everybody wants to be in Palm Springs. It will be more expensive for you, but you won't die.
Yeah. I have no interest. Especially, I don't have interest in being in crowds like that on drugs either.
Who the fuck wants to be high with a group of people in the heat?
Yeah.
Outside.
I'm like already hallucinating when it's too hot outside, completely sober.
Yeah, I don't do that. I like the heat, but I understand that most people don't. I'm fine. I don't like being on MDMA in the heat. I've never done it before. I will say the times that I haven't done it, I knew that I didn't want to be in the heat.
The times that I thought about doing but didn't.
Which 100% didn't do it. And we'll be right back after these messages to talk more about MDMA. Hey, welcome back to the show. The times that I thought about doing it and 100% didn't do it, except for the fact one time when I was at an after-hours bar in Vancouver.
You're not advocating for it.
No.
I've done meth once by accident.
I've never done that. And I don't even have to pretend. I haven't. But I've been cold every time if I would have done it. Except this one time. I was in a room that was slightly hot, and I got so fucking out of bounds hot that I was like, am I dying?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't dying. I was hot.
Yeah. And definitely sober.
And 100% sober.
I have a problem with, it's not even necessarily the heat, it's stagnant air. So if there's a breeze, like even a slight breeze anywhere I am, usually I'm fine. But I could be outside in the freezing cold and then walk inside to a room and there's no stagnant air at all whatsoever. And I think I just get anxious. And so that makes me feel really hot because it feels like the walls are closing in on me.
It sounds high maintenance, but I know it's not.
I mean, I'm not making anybody else deal with it.
I need a fan.
I bring my own. I'm very self-sufficient in that way. I try not to make my problems other people's problems.
I know that about you, and I also try to make not my problems not be like everybody else's problems. When I was cranky at work recently, and I just told everybody I'm not in a great space right now. I'm trying very hard, but if I don't seem as chipper as I was yesterday, it's like I'm tired. I'm really overtired.
Yeah.
And by lunch I'd work through it, but I just didn't want somebody to get like I was snapping at people. I was a little short with the sound guy. And who is adorable, and I love him. And he was one of my favorite people on the set. And then I went over 2 minutes later. I'm like, hey, I'm kind of edgy right now, and that was not your issue. It was my issue, and I'm so sorry. And he was like, no, dude, of course. He's like, you're doing some crazy shit out here, and I'm like, thank you. And then I blew him. I didn't
Up
blow
with a
him.
bomb.
No, I blew up his phone.
Ooh.
with thank yous. I would never sleep with somebody on the job.
Were you eating tuna by any chance?
No, it was ham.
Oh,
But cans of
it
ham?
smelled like tuna.
Like canned ham?
I thought I was going to be like called out for having a brilliant nose, but apparently not.
I'm sorry that you had to smell that. I just haven't eaten today.
No, that's okay.
Eating is important.
Yeah,
I ate
eating's
once.
important. I'm not complaining. I just thought I thought I was going to blow your mind by telling you that I knew it was a tuna sandwich.
I used to
No.
think eating-
Edit that out.
Are you the sommelier of tuna sandwiches?
Yeah.
I hate tuna. I used to think that eating was for poor people, but then when I was working recently, I went through this pattern of waking up, eating, working, going home and not to a bar, learning my lines, pooping out what I had eaten that during that day, and then going to bed and doing it all over again. It was wild.
You wait once a day?
No, I mean I ate throughout the day, but I was eating regularly, which I never do. I never eat breakfast. I was eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I was not going out. I was coming home after work and then like
Resting.
and like straightening up my place and then learning my lines and going to sleep and then doing it again the next day. And like 10 days of that, I was like, wow, this is what everybody else does. And then on the 11th day, I wanted to kill myself because I had not been out. But it was actually kind of cool. Like I was like, my body's working as it should be. I'm obeying my circadian rhythms. I'm doing all this stuff. I'm like, this is kind of cool. I couldn't do it forever because I like my crazy schedule and I like being on the road and new people. But I could see there's something comforting about going to work and coming home.
I hope People Magazine writes this. Like, celebrity realizes that eating 3 times a day is the journey to happiness.
Celebrity realizing that eating is not just for poor people. I think that would be the headline. I just have to say this, just in case this is clipped out. And Isaac, you better not clip this out of the clip. If this is a clip,
I do what Kelly tells me to do.
if this is in the clip, I have to just say that I obviously it was a joke. I know eating is not just
And
for poor
he
people.
obviously knows that poor people cannot afford food, so that would be ridiculous.
We'll obviously keep that part out of the clip because we edit. We'll edit that part out of the clip.
Yeah, no, eating
Pooping
for
is
everybody.
pooping
Pooping is for
is
poor
for
people.
poor people.
For sure. That is like, honestly, I can't even remember the last time I did that on my own.
No, I go to a clinic like a couple times a week. They put a hose up my ass, and then
You must have felt so gross and dirty doing it yourself, though.
I kept doing this. This can't be right. Is this how you do this?
Nobody's telling me they liked me in the new guy.
That is hilarious.
You just hire somebody to stand at the door of your bathroom, which is not facing the door. The toilet is not facing the door, by the way.
No.
Nope.
If you heard the last episode, you know how
and
that upsetting can
They
be
look
to
at your
childhood
bacon
development.
bush and tell you that they love you on the new guy.
Oh my God. What have we come
We
to?
have fun. Oh shit! I was just gonna say something. Now I can't remember.
Well, this episode's already fucked.
You say that about every
The
episode.
pressure is off. Just when we thought we couldn't go any.
I think
like-
you should do your. Oh, you got to finish that drink in there, huh?
What is it?
I was gonna.
No, I want to
wanna
operate.
do it on
I
the
want to
live?
operate this on the live because I don't want to get too drunk because we have trivia tonight.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, and if I start, and also I only have 2 cans worth of mixer. Thank you.
I have more cans at home for you.
I
but,
know, but not here. And so I don't want a wrong night wad blow on a trivia night.
Okay. I have a surprise for you at
I
trivia
didn't
too.
bring any recreational Adderall. I don't take that, but if I did.
Well,
Woohoo!
let's talk about Mexico then.
I love Mexico. It's such a fun place.
I meant specifically our trip to Mexico.
I'm really excited about going on our trip. So, my local bar in Puerto Vallarta is called Gusto. My friend Sergio owns it. Hey, Sergio, I know you don't listen to this podcast. I don't know why I'm your fucking friend if you don't. You know what I mean? But no, everybody knows they don't have electricity in Mexico.
Oh, I thought you were going to.
All right, maybe this episode is fucked.
I thought it was because of the language barrier, and I was
No,
going to say.
Sergio's from Kansas City. He's half Mexican. There's no line in comedy. Everybody knows that there's electricity in Mexico. Obviously, I was joking. I love Mexican people. You know that how much I used to love sleeping with Mexican guys.
Yeah.
It's because they won't call the cops on you. We'll be right back after these messages. Jokes.
I'm scared.
This is you should see both Isaac's and Kelly's faces right now.
Oh no,
Like,
I have so many questions.
no. Truly, there's no.
that was a bit too, Kelly.
Obviously, I was joking along with you. You never let me play with you. You take everything I say
Just
seriously.
now, when I was saying the looks on your faces, I was going to play that out into a bit.
Why would they call the cops?
Nobody understands me.
I don't.
Because I'm abusive.
Oh, speaking of cops and Mexican people,
Oh, no.
somebody came up with a really good idea for any of the immigrants that are getting taken from their immigration appointments or whatever. Somebody was like, my boyfriend suggested we should dress up like ICE agents and
Yeah, that's
start
so good.
and just take people to their appointments. And I'm like, that is pretty fucking brilliant.
Because the ICE agents buy all their shit on fucking Amazon anyway. Did you see today with who they really are?
No.
They're deputized prison workers, like correctional officers.
Oh God.
Yeah, so they're not even law enforcement. There was just a big story about that today, and they buy all their stuff. Like that's why none of their shit matches.
Yeah, it is really.
There was a guy wearing Converse the other day icing somebody.
Converse has to speak up about this.
I mean, you're gonna go out to try to arrest people in Los Angeles with Converse on?
I don't really understand how they could assume that. I mean, I was so proud to be a Californian.
Where at least you know you're free.
No, but like when the quote unquote riots were happening in LA, which is basically people just protesting ICE and being like, we're not letting you come into our communities and snatch people off the streets. I was really proud of LA for doing that. Like that was filled my black heart.
We didn't invite you here.
No.
That's the thing. I don't give a fuck what somebody in Oregon or in, no offense, Oregon, you just popped in my head first. I love you. Or in fucking Alabama, we'll talk about it later, Alabama, and Georgia or Tennessee thinks about this shit. You don't live here. You benefit from us. You cannot fucking deny that red states could not exist without California. You know you couldn't. You deny that you
welfare
say
queens.
that you could. You're fucking welfare queens. And the thing is, we have no problem with that until you were worried about other people who also need welfare to be on it.
I've literally never cared about
It makes
immigration.
I don't give a fuck that we give you more money because we have so much of it.
Yeah.
We make a lot of money in this state. We are the fourth largest economy in the world. And if you don't know what that means, here's what it means. It means it's like the United States, maybe Japan, another country, and then California as a country makes more, as a state, makes as much money as majority of the countries in the fucking world. And we pay
more than we take in.
Way more than we take in.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
We should ask for a refund.
I know. Yeah, where is my tax?
But the
refund,
thing
honestly?
is, if you have hard opinions about a state that you don't live in, first of all, you don't know the geography here. So many people, and it happened to every Angelino who's not directly from here, who's from another place, especially a rural place. Everybody's contacting you, doing, "Are you okay out there?" I'm like, it would take me 2 hours to drive to this location in Los Angeles, still being in the city limits from my house.
Yeah, and also it was majority completely peaceful protests, and it's like what I'm getting annoyed of is that how easily people fall for the propaganda that is like, oh, things turned violent. It's like, well, when did they turn violent? Was it when the cops were shooting a reporter, or was it when
they shot a rubber bullet at a reporter, and the guy did it? You could see him line up,
turned.
Yeah, the camera. He's on camera doing it.
Yeah.
Or the guy also threatening to rubber bullet shoot a guy who was under a glass partition, and he was like, "I'll shoot you," and he's like, "Why? Why would you do that?"
Yeah, and it's like, so when do these things turn violent? And you can look at any type of protest that turns into looting.
Also, let somebody snatch your wife and see how calm you are.
I know.
Let somebody snatch your child off the street and see how calm you are.
That's what's so ridiculous
Reason
about it.
goes
It's like
out the door.
They want people to just get in the car with these people. It's like, how even if it was like, well, I'll cooperate with ICE, how could they possibly know that it's ICE? Because these are just plainclothes people, like people pretending to be ICE. Or
and a business recently was just robbed. Somebody pretending to be ICE. Yeah. So people are pretending to be ICE.
So a woman was raped in New York. I believe it was New York. She got picked up off the street by, and who's to say if they were pretending to be ICE? It could be guys that are ICE that are just.
If you are dressed up and your mask and your face is covered and you present to be a government employee and you do not show ID, then we have no business trusting you. Mm-mm. You are by law. You have to show it, when asked. Even when you're being arrested, you have to give a badge number. Otherwise, how would you know to trust them? If you're upset about resisting, well, I have to resist until I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I have to know who you are.
Because so many of those comments are like, well, just get in the car and then you figure it out later. It's like, no, but they're not letting people figure it out later. They're not asking for people's
Once
IDs.
you're handcuffed and in the car,
You're detained.
You're detained, and you're going to a facility without access to an attorney. You're sleeping on the ground with blankets made out of that fucking space shit. It's not. The thing is, if you think that this is the end of it,
Yeah, this does not end here.
at some point it will be any person who says anything.
If due process is taken away for anybody in this country, it is taken away for everybody in this country.
That's right.
You are next. Like, this is how it fucking works. They want to get you used to seeing this, and you can cheer it on all you want right now with your breathing tube, but they're coming for. I'm talking about that woman.
I know that woman. And you know what? We'll be right back after these messages. Hey, welcome back to the show. Let's talk about Below Deck.
Yeah.
So a new season of Below Deck has started, and I noticed. This is one of the rare times in my life because I've been home for a couple days where I've been able to catch up, and I'm in episode. I finished episode 4 last night.
Okay.
And we're in episode 4 right now, and the editing is weird. It's different. It's more music. So there's a show on Netflix that's popular internationally. It's called it's Real Estate Agents in Paris. I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's Selling Paris or something like that. It's on my Netflix.
It's probably similar to the setup of Selling Sunset or Selling
Yeah.
the OC, whatever.
But
it's like a hot, flashy,
Yeah, and also
hot people.
Did you notice that all the photos that they'll deep dive quickly into a castmate's life? They used to just do the setup on the first day, tell you where they're from, and then touch by them telling you things. But now they pull up an Instagram block, and it's photos they scroll through. So they're making a social media.
I haven't even
thing
noticed
behind them. Well,
It probably
also
helps if you're watching them in succession.
Yeah.
That you.
And it's like AI rap music, and which is kind of like rap music parody. It's not good music, which is kind of what they do on that. What's the fuck is it? Isaac? Can you look up that show in Netflix Paris, Selling Houses?
Selling Paris.
It's a family of real estate agents that sell houses. Oh, the Parisian agency. Exclusive properties. Yeah. I like it. I like that because it's unique to itself. Also, it's foreign. But this has gone so social media like. And the thing I don't like about it is that the thing about Below Deck is that works is that you get to know where you are in the day. It's more about the work and the guests and the people that were on the show. It's about the relationships, but they're also sort of the entree into this world.
Yeah.
There's less focus on the food, less pictures of the food. There's less sort of rich person porn.
I'm guessing that they're moving towards branding the employees of the boat because they realize, we can contract these. Like if everybody really loves Fraser, we can have him on, make money off of him. We can own his projects in the future.
When you make stars out of them, then they're going to ask for more money, like Bethany Frankel.
Right.
So what they've typically done is like they are not highly paid to be on the show. They make their wage plus the tips. But and the thing about that's problematic is that there's a girl from Love Island, France, who's on the show this year. So that's a cosmic shift for them. Because she
does not like working.
She doesn't like working, and they knew she didn't like working. She's not a stewardess.
Yeah.
She doesn't work on boats. She
vacations on boats.
Yeah, she had worked on one for like 22 days, and I bet it was because they said you need to learn how to do some of this. The bosun is not supposed to be the bosun. The chef had never been a chef before, so I'm seeing they're setting people up to fail.
Yeah.
Which what I'm doing is I'm feeling the hand of the producer this season in the stories more than I ever have before. Fool us. I know a lot of the stuff on reality television set up, but I don't want to be able to see it. And they're not even hiding it anymore. And I did a deep dive on Reddit, And a lot of people feel this way.
Yeah, I wonder if it's people that take those types of jobs, like that are good at those jobs and take them seriously, don't want to be on reality TV, and so now you got to find these really young people who have no experience. But
I don't think it's that. I think it's more the fact that you're not going to get the same instability.
Well, yeah, and I think that
I
think there's probably a handful of reasons for it. But I liked when we could see, it's like the inner workings of all that stuff, and all of the drama had to do with either when you're going out or your charter guests were terrible.
Have you noticed that the going out the scenes this year are...
Yeah, they're minuscule.
They're minuscule.
They did do a scene at the very beginning of the season that they've
Which
never
was
done before.
Fucking weird.
Where they all go out to drinks.
Yeah, crash course, get on the boat, meeting everybody for the first time. We want the illusion that I'm sure that they all fly and go out before they start the season. It had never occurred to me they probably did that until they showed it to me. And now I'm like,
Fraser was just on Watch What Happens Live, and he said that's the first time they've done that, and he liked it because he got to know people.
Well, it's the first time they filmed it, but we don't know what there's no way production would allow you to fly in the day of your flight. They're probably there 3 or 4 days before they start production, especially if they need inoculations. They probably do a safety course.
Yeah, but they're probably not meeting each other.
I bet you they're all in the same place.
I don't know.
It's a television production. Of course they are. They're all in the same hotel. They're not cordoned off. I mean, they put them in the same hotel, I'm sure. I'm sure at night they all go to the bar. It's not the first time they're meeting each other.
Maybe.
But it also, that never occurred to me until they showed it to me. It shatters the illusion. It just felt
that part I didn't mind.
It felt very producerial. It felt like, I know that there are storyboard editors.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, reality TV is not just throw cameras up and hope for the best.
Yeah, we both know people who are producers on reality shows.
You did text me when you started watching it, and I just started watching the new season. This chef is not going to make it past 3 charters, and I just laughed to myself because I'm like, yeah, he did.
But also, they tipped it. Like, I felt that they tipped it up front.
Well, yeah. So for anybody who doesn't watch, this chef came in and he was.
For those of you who haven't seen it, we're sorry.
Really uncomfortable with the idea of having cameras all around him, which I think it would be really unnerving for everybody. It's like, especially when you're in the kitchen and you want to be like the master of your domain and not have people in the way or judging every step that you're taking or whatever. But he just from the moment he stepped in, he was having a full blown panic attack.
Yeah, here's the most telling thing though. I mean, because I watched the fuck out of this. Like I wasn't doing anything else. I was just watching.
Locked in.
I was
locked studying.
In. And part of this new mental acuity, I'm worried about myself. But I was only doing that. And there's a conversation where a producer comes on, and this is what she says off camera. She says, "We're just trying to give you the tools you need to succeed." And then he says, "That's a lie. You've set me up to fail. Nothing works."
Yes.
He's like, "You over-ordered provisions where there's no place to go." He was like, It was like, "That's a lie that you said you're helping me. You're not helping me. You want me to fail." And I was like, this is like when Agatha Christie says, if you let somebody talk long enough, they will tell on themselves. The producer told on herself under the guise of trying to defend him, and good for homie. It was a little... And also, why the fuck would you pick a born-again Christian to go on this show? Because you know he's not going to engage in any of the stuff you want him to. They set him up to fail.
It is mind-blowing watching every season how the shit in the kitchen doesn't work, and you're like, these boats are so fucking expensive. And like, even like
now.
Sailing yacht, that's to me, being a chef on a sailing yacht has to be the worst fucking job ever, because they still have, I think we've talked about this before, they still have not figured out mechanisms to lock doors for when you're healing. But every fucking season they're like, "Oh yeah, the oven doesn't work," and you're like, "Cool, why would you need that?"
Yeah. Here's the thing. I bet you producers probably go around and unlatch shit.
Chaos.
I mean,
Agents
I have
of chaos.
a friend who was a producer on Naked and Afraid. I almost said Married with Children. That tells you what that's free association right there. And she told me how manipulated it was. And also the casting process is so important because they need people who are so out of their fucking gourds they think they can do stuff that they can never do.
Yeah. It's actually an interesting allegory to the peaceful protest, right? It's like everybody's coming here to do their job, and we're little agents of chaos that we're going to go
Right.
set a store on fire or throw a brick through a window or something like that. They're there to take advantage of the crowds and doing all that stuff
we
and
saw
like
that.
want to add a little bit of chaos in there, and that's the producers on these shows.
During the riots in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Like a few years ago, somebody has a police officer behind a store trying to light a fire. Mm-hmm. Like he has him on camera. Mm-hmm.
That I think that happened in LA too.
And they identified the guy who was, and he was an actual police officer. He was this blonde guy, and I can't remember. You guys look because I don't have time. But this really happened, and it was proven, and it was on Snopes. And this guy was a real police officer. He was an agent of chaos.
Well, because if you think about it, if you tell a cop who generally cops love power and they love to abuse power, but they want to figure out ways to legally abuse power, so they go, "Hey, if you go set this store on fire or throw a brick through a window, you get to go beat the shit out of as many people as you want." And they go, "Done, I'll do it."
So I had an interaction a couple days ago. You saw some of it with this guy who said it was like, "I'm smart as fuck. I had a 4.0. I have a master's degree and all this other stuff." I looked through his LinkedIn, you dumb motherfucker, and he was an armed security guard. What does that tell you? It's like I'm large and in charge. I have no training to be large and in charge, but I have a gun. and if ICE agents are deputized corrections officers who don't ever get to beat the fuck out of somebody, and you're like, "Hey, go beat the fuck out of these people. We'll turn a blind eye to it, and there'll be no repercussions, and you'll have a giant bonus if you do." Mm-hmm. It's bounty hunters. We've employed bounty hunters to come in and completely violate our Constitution.
Well, and they're all connected now to these privatized like prison systems, like not necessarily actual prisons, but detainment centers and all that stuff. So the people that they bring in, they get paid per head for those too. Yeah, Tommy Caprio just won another Emmy.
Oh yeah.
I was just going to bring up that there are some good producers out there.
Oh yeah, Tommy's a bad cop though. That guy loves to beat the shit out of people.
Dude, Tommy fucked me up one night at a buffet at Caesar's Palace. He lured me there.
He said, "Eating's for poor people."
So spoofing.
She knows because she was there too. No, I love Tommy.
Yeah.
But yeah, he won an Emmy. I saw that the other day.
He's a good producer.
And you know what I like? So the regional Emmys, I think, used to be smaller, and now they're the same size as regular Emmys.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like the statue themselves?
Yeah, back in the day.
Oh, okay. Yeah, interesting. Because that's his second one. I don't know if this. Yeah, I guess probably the first one was regional
I want
too.
a regional Emmy.
Yeah, I think
That would be so fucking cool to have an Emmy. And here's what I would do. I would sandpaper off the regional part and then put like something that people wouldn't, that would know I'm old enough to have done, but not be able to like investigate it. Like best guest actor on The Cosby Show.
Yeah, that's good.
Because nobody's watching The Cosby Show anymore.
Yeah.
So nobody would know that I wasn't on The Cosby Show.
No, and what are they going to Google it? No. I got an
It was before Google.
I got an ex a trophy for Christmas one year. I don't know if I've talked about this, but it was like Hulk ripping his shirt off, and then it was an MVP trophy, and then I put most valuable penis.
Oh, that's nice.
I know. I thought it was really sweet.
Did you have a small penis?
Yeah, kind of.
I knew it. I knew it.
I mean, it wasn't small, but it wasn't
big.
It wasn't anything that I would
To
tell
write
my
home
mom about.
Yeah, 'Cause I know how you love talking to your mom about people's dick size.
That's funny because we were talking about one time there was like a really attractive black guy in a show we were watching. She's like, I get why people think black guys are hot. Like they've got these big, and she's talking about like muscles, and I was like, cocks. She's like, fuck you, Kelly. She never stood a chance with having me as a daughter.
Poor Linda.
Like I truly have been, I'm glad that my brothers now have followed suit from what I'm doing, being an agent of chaos in the family. But it is fun. It's always been fun. She never knows what I'm going to say next.
It's. I'm sure at this point it's like, there must be a little, especially if you don't do it yourself. There must be a little like that kind of was funny.
Oh no! I like when she engages. Like we played Quiplash when we were home.
Yeah.
And she played with us, and I was picking some of her cards, not knowing they were hers, and I was like, "Good job, Mom. You've learned."
Dude, but it would get scary if it was like, her answer was like, getting fucked in the eye by a priest.
God.
It's like, you've got a little too
No, that
far
was
with
Scott's
that.
answer. Yeah, playing with me and Scott is just like hectic.
It's a family
Grant was very
minefield.
funny too. We let my nephews play, and it was funny how quickly they picked up on our things. I'm like, all of a sudden, why is my 9-year-old nephew putting sex as an answer?
Getting
on one of
fucked
these
in the
things?
eye by a priest.
And then we're like, wait, that wasn't a joke, was it? Oh, this was an admission. Oh, buddy. Yeah, Quiplash was fun though. It reminded me of like when I was growing up, we used to play Balderdash
Yeah.
all the time.
I never played that.
And we had also talked about this when I was home too, where it's like all of our family traditions kind of changed as the second generation of grandkids came about. So it's like all of the white elephant stuff that we used to be so excited to play when we were older because they would be all inappropriate. Like they would pass out old porn VHSs and there was a
That's
shirt
awesome.
that got passed around every year. And so as kids, we watched this game going, I can't wait till I'm old enough to play this. And then as soon as we were old enough to play this, the second generation of grandkids was like 5 and they're like, let's let the kids play. And then the kids, they would get a gift stolen from them and cry. And we're like, fuck.
The complete collection of Dr. Seuss. I've always wanted this.
Yeah, like, give them a separate thing. But yeah, it just never was the same. And so Balderdash was a game that my family used to play all together. And it was really fun. And I miss that.
Well,
I miss
Kelly,
having a family.
I think we're going to wrap this up today.
Yeah, we got to go
And
do our live.
We're going to leave with good vibes and family feelings. And I'd like to play some games going forward. Like just to take us out of our normal conversation, which is riveting, by the way. I love it. And I'll never not love it.
Okay, sarcastic tone. Jesus Christ.
But I meant that.
You're a good actor, but not that good.
I'm actually a terrible actor. I have not read any of the comments. But I've never had a bad performance. I can't even say that because I've never had a bad performance review. I can't let that go. But I would like to play some games. If anybody has any idea of games, could you be involved with us? Send us some suggestions to where would they send them, Kelly?
You can email us probablyloadedpod@gmail.com. Oh, I had emails too. Probablyloadedpod@gmail.com. You can follow us on social media @loadedpod. Go to our website, loadedpod.com. Put your email in there for a free invite to our next live happy hour.
It's always fun. It's
always
unhinged.
fun. And we always make sure to find out whose first time it is when we get there so we can say hello to you and all of that stuff. So the people on Patreon are becoming family to each other. They
And if
really,
you're not on the Patreon and you want to see some videos to see what we do, go on over to our YouTube page. Just type in Locked and Probably Loaded with DJ and Kelly, and our page will come up. Like and subscribe to it. Is that what you do?
Mm-hmm.
And see what we do there. You can see this in real time.
Yep. And you can call us 323-272-3908.
And if you don't want to do any of this, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Bye.
Sit on down and pour yourself a glass.
Then tune into your favorite podcast.
Where things will be misquoted.
And opinions ain't sugar-coated.
'Cause DJ and Kelly are locked